Yes, good morning, friends. Today we will be discussing Java database connectivity, which is one of the important aspect for our project. So we are working on a project called as a web application development, and this project is being developed for a central government organization. So in our previous meeting, we have discussed what are the components of a web application. So you need some set of web pages which become part of our user interface, and we have a database, and in order to connect these web pages with database you need to run some server side programs. Since we are going to develop a web application, we have to deploy it in a web server. So what is a web server, what is a web browser? I think in the last meeting we had a discussion, right? So if required, once again we will have a discussion on web application. But in today's session, we are going to discuss a very important concept called as Java database connectivity. So friends, we are going to develop a web application in which we are going to use Java programming for our server side application development. So and data is stored in database. So there is a need to connect Java and database. Means from my program, how do I interact with the database and how do I perform CRUD operations? CRUD operations means CRUD, right? Creation, retrieval, update, deletion. So all operations we would like to perform on database. So you know very well database is not programming language, it's a package, right? And you're studying database management systems in this current semester, and Java you have studied in your previous semester. So these two are two different things. Java is a programming language, database is a package, it's a relational database system wherein you store data in the form of rows and columns in the form of tables. So how do I interact with the database from my Java program? When both are two different things, when both are incompatible, we need some interface, yes or no? So we need some interface. That is the reason there is an interface called as JDBC. JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity. JDBC API. API stands for Application Programmers Interface. So friends, in today's session, we understand what is JDBC and how JDBC will help us in connecting to the database and interact with the database. So JDBC, now what is JDBC? JDBC is a collection of classes and interfaces. Basically, JDBC is nothing but it's collection of classes and interfaces. So if you observe the diagram on the left side, in between database and our program. So custom code is nothing but our program, and right side you have a database. So in between our program and database, we have something called as JDBC. So JDBC acts like an interface between a Java program and database, and it will help us in interacting with the database and perform all CRUD operations. So JDBC is a collection of classes and interfaces. So friends, before we move on, I request you, if you have any doubts, uh, please ping me in the chat box, or else if you have the ability to talk. I don't know whether the option was enabled or disabled by me before starting the meeting. If there is an option wherein you can even speak, you can always interrupt me if you have any doubt. Okay, or else you can always type in the chat box. So JDBC is a collection of classes and interfaces. Now, in order to understand Java database connectivity, what we should understand is we should understand what is an interface. So friends, you have studied Java in your second year, first semester, wherein you might have written a lot of classes and you might have implemented some of the interfaces. But what is an interface? What is the importance of interface? And why interfaces were introduced by JavaSoft? This is what we need to understand, because interface is very important. And JDBC is basically developed using interfaces. It's a collection of classes and interfaces, but interfaces play a very important role. So one should understand what is an interface and what is the importance of the interface. So we will try to understand the same. So what is an interface? Interface is a collection of abstract methods. So abstract methods means methods for which we don't write any code. Means interface contains abstract methods for which there is no code. Right? Only method signature or method prototype will be there. Methods are not defined. And what interface contains? It is collection of all abstract methods. Means methods for which there is no code. Now the point is, when there are no concrete methods, when all the methods are abstract, what is the use of interface? Interface is a collection of abstract methods, methods without code. Then what is the use of interface? Why interface is so powerful? So one should understand this. And if you have answer for this one, when my question is, when interface is collection of abstract methods in which there is no code, then what is the use of interface? If you can type in the chat box, that will be great. Or if you can speak out, uh, if the if your mic is enabled, you can speak out, or else you can type in the chat box. I'll be waiting for your response. Make the session interactive. Any guesses? Interface is collection of abstract methods, means there is no code. When there is no code in any one of the method, what is the use of the method? What is the use of interface? I can say interface is a collection of useless methods. Can I say like that? Can I say like that? Any chat messages? Nobody has responded yet. Can I say interface is collection of useless methods because all methods are abstract? What do you say, Tarun? Akshita, are you present? Tarun seems to be responding. Let's see. Define some set of methods that a class must implement. Okay. No, my point is why some class should implement. Why can't you implement? Can I say something which I cannot implement? I'll put it in interface. Can I write like this? Something which I cannot implement, I'll leave it. Let some other class implement it. No issue. I'll give you a beautiful example so that you understand the importance of interfaces. I think my screen is shared, right? You are able to see my screen. So let me give you an example. Right. So I'll give you an example. Once when someone else is trying to join. So for you, it's a screen is shared, right? You're able to see my screen. Done. Okay. Fine. I'll go back to presentation. Yeah. Now see here. I'll write an interface. Interface X. In this, there is a method called as I need not mention all methods are by default abstract. So void M1, void M2. This is a simple example of how an interface will look like. But I'll tell you the real story behind defining interfaces. The story is when you cannot write the code, when you cannot write the code, don't write the code. The logic is very simple. When you cannot write the code, don't write the code. Now, what do I mean by this statement? I'll explain you with a simple and beautiful example. For example, friends, suppose you want to buy a car. Suppose you want to buy a car and you don't have any specific brand in your mind. Like I would like to buy only a Maruti car or a Tata car or a Volkswagen car. You don't have any such brand priorities. Rather, you have some features in your mind. Means you say, I would like to buy a car which has got so and so type of braking system. I need to buy a car which has got this type of braking system, and it should has these many airbags, and the steering should be pure electric steering, and it should be a four-wheel drive. Like that, you have certain features in your mind, right? Feature 1, feature 2, feature 3, feature 4, feature 5. If all these 5 features are there in a car, then you would like to buy that car, right? So here the brand is not a criteria. So you are not looking for only Maruti car, or you are not looking for only a Volkswagen car or a Ford car. You are looking for a car which has got these 5 features, feature 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if these 5 features are there in any car, you would like to buy that particular car. So now what you will do, if you want to search for a particular, you want to search for a car which has got these 5 features, what you will do, what you will do, what I will do is, I will go to Maruti's website. I'll go to Maruti's website and I would like to search for a car which has got all 5 features of my choice. Like that, there may be one more car or one or more cars present in Hyundai also with these features. Similarly, there may be couple of cars in Tata also with the features in which I am interested. Similarly, there may be couple of cars in Ford. Like that, there are around 15-20 car brands in the market, and in each car brand, there may be one or two types of cars which has got all these 5 features. So what should I do? Shall I visit website of all these 15-20 car brands and then get the data, or shall I visit a common platform? Shall I visit a website like all-in-one carsinformation.com or cars24, something like that? If there is a website in which I can get the details about all cars in one website, will I prefer to go to that one website, or shall I prefer to go to all 20 different websites? If in one website I get complete information, I will be happy to visit that website or not. What do you say? What do you say? Please respond. If I can get everything in one website, obviously I'll go to that one website and get the information, right? What is your opinion? Yeah, one website, Tarun. So if everything is available in that one website, I would like to visit that website. Now you got the point. Now let me go back to my notepad and I say we are developing that one website. We are developing that so-called one website in which all cars information is there. So now see here. Now what I'll do is information interface, let me call it as car underscore features. Now let me call this one as braking system, steering, maybe what else, braking system, steering, number of airbags, right? Then maybe void some other method, what features we have in a car, uh, boot space, etc. So now the point is, I want, why I'm writing an interface is, now braking system. If I want to write code, imagine if I want to write code for braking system, in this method, I should write code for braking, providing braking system information of all cars, right? Braking system of Maruti 800, braking system of uh, Verna car, Ciaz car, Tata Tiago, whatever cars are there in the market, I should get the information from all car brand manufacturers. Yes or no? In order to write code for this method, from where do I get information? I should get information from all car vendors. I should go to Maruti and I should go to Tata. I should go to every company and I should say, sir, give your all cars braking system information. Give your all cars steering type information. Give your all cars number of airbags information. Give your all cars boot space information. Right. Now the point is, if I ask them like this, do you think they will give the information to me? Do you think they will give the information to me? Akshita says no. Tarun also says no. Interestingly, they will give me the information because I am providing them the free publicity to their product. If someone visits my website and if they are looking for a car which has got electric steering, 6 airbags, and some features, and imagine Maruti has not given me any information saying that why should I give you information, and imagine Tata has given, Volkswagen has given, Ford has given, Hyundai has given, right? Maruti has not given. Then what will happen to the user who is searching in my website? He will not find any information about Maruti. Then it is a loss to Maruti or it is a loss to my website? To whom it is a loss? Yes, Tarun says yes, the Maruti. Right. So you understood the point. They are not giving me any confidential information. They are just giving me basic specification of their product. Now I'll get this information from everyone. I'll put it in my application, and then I will run my website. People will visit my website. Then they will come to know what is the information about a particular car. And via my website also, people may come to know about their preferred car, and then they may go and buy that car. So I'm providing free web popularity, free publicity to their product, and they should not have any problem in giving the information. If they don't want to give, what I will do, I'll say, okay, don't give, no issue. You will lose the publicity. So this is what is happening in the market. So obviously they will give the information. Now coming back to again the notepad, right? Friends, interfaces is very important. So we are spending a lot of time on interface. Now see here. Now how many people will give me information about braking system? Imagine Maruti has got 20 cars in their uh, in the market right now. For every car braking system, Maruti will give me information. So Maruti cars, let us say Maruti Alto, right? I don't remember the car names, the Ciaz, right? Alto, then maybe Shift, Verna, Hyundai Verna, like that 40, 50 cars are there in the market. Now from everyone I should get the information about braking system, I should get information about steering, I'll get information about airbags, I'll get information about boot strap, boot space, all these things I'll gather, I'll put that information in the form of some methods, and I'll try to give this information to the client when the client visits my website. The idea is good, but now you tell me how much time I need to complete code for all these methods. How much time I need to complete code for all these methods. In Maruti, there are 20 different products. In Hyundai, there are 30 products. In Tata, there are 15 products. Right? Ford, there are few cars. Right? Renault is one brand. Nissan, right? Volkswagen, all brands, there are around 10 to 12 brands in Hyderabad itself, and in every brand there are 15 to 20 cars. So I need to get information from all these people, and I need to put them into the method. I need to convert it into a code, and I need to return that information to the user when they visit my website. Now how much time I need to collect information from all these people? Don't you think it will take good amount of time, some 3 months, 4 months, like that? I need some time or not? Yes, we need some time. Now, friends, imagine I spent some 3 months in gathering the information from all these companies, all these car vendors, and I wanted to complete my coding part. But the problem is, 3 months I have spent in gathering the information, and in these 3 months, some new models came into the market. What should I do? What should I do? People visiting my website, they want complete information and latest information. Yes or no? Yes, they want latest information. So imagine I started visiting the companies and gathering the information from January to April. So 3 months I visited all car vendors, bought the information. I wanted to sit down and I wanted to write the code in the month of April. So I started my journey in January. 3 months I visited, gathered the information. I started writing the code. But in the month of March and April, another 15 new cars came in various brands. What should I do? Shall I skip that 15 new cars, or shall I go to them again and get the information about those new 15 cars? What my customer expects? Customer expects latest information or not? So get the details. So for again means in April I can't complete the code. Again go back to these people. I need to inquire, boss, any new brands came. So again it took some 15-20 days for me. By that time April completed. Now when I started again, I came back to my office. I sat down and I thought, let me write the code. In these 15 days another three models came. What should I do? You understood the problem here? Again I should go back and again get the details. Every day one new car is coming. Keep on updating means site will be updated. I'm not talking about front end, but the code in which I'm getting the details, every day I should get the details, right? So every day shall I go behind them and ask these 20 companies to give the data every day? Got it. So here, now please observe, I repeat the statement I told you in the beginning of this session when we were introducing interfaces. I said, when you cannot write the code, don't write the code. So the idea here is, the meaning is, you cannot write the code means it is not because of your inability or you are not good in programming. It is not the reason. The reason is you cannot complete the code because every day you are getting a new car into the market, so you can't write code. So what you will do, when you can't write the code, you don't write the code. So now what I will do, please see here, I'll not write anything, right? I'll only give abstract methods: braking system, steering, airbags, boot space. Let us say these are the four features. Now what I will do is, I will tell to all these car vendors, I will tell to Maruti, Tata, Volkswagen, all these car vendors, what I will tell is, boss, if you want free publicity of your all cars, you need to implement my interface and give me the information about the features of your car. If Maruti has 15 different cars, 15 different classes they should write, and they should give me that object. And whenever a new car comes into market, the car vendor should give me an object. I'll not run behind them. If you give me the object, I will put it in my application. I can provide publicity to your application. If you don't give me the object, whatever is there, same information will be used. So interface will look like this. Now what these car vendors will do is, they will implement like this. Please observe this one. See here, and let us say all these return types are strings. String, string. Airbags, it's a number, so let me call it as int. Boot space is also a number, let me call it as int. Now see here, what the vendors will do is, they will write a class like this. Now for example, there is a car called as Tiago. Tiago is a class. Now Tata will write a class for me. They will write, don't worry. Why they will write? I am providing a free publicity to their product. So they will write class Tiago implements cars underscore features. Got it? So why we are implementing? This is the reason. Now what they will do? What are my methods? Braking system is my method. Now they will write code for it. String braking system. Now for this they will write the code. Now here they will tell what is the braking system used in Tiago. So let us say it is a string, so I am return hydraulic brakes. Hydraulic brakes. That's it. They have implemented the method. Now what is the another method? String steering. String steering. Return. What type of steering is there in Tiago? Let us say semi-electric. That's it. He has given, he is telling what type of steering is there in that particular car. Then what is the next method, sir? Int airbags. Right? See here, return airbags. Let us say we have only two in Tiago. Then int boot space. So like this, can I write for all cars? I can't write. That's the reason I am asking them to write, implement it, and give me the object. So int boot space return, let us say boot space in Tiago car is somewhere around 885. I'll write it. Got it. That's it. Tiago implements car features. Now what this fellow will do is, Maruti, sorry, Tata fellow, he will create an object now, public static void main string args. What he will do, he will create an object for Tiago class. Tiago object, or let me say small letters Tiago is equal to new Tiago, right? Now what he will do, this Tiago object he will give it to me. Now similarly what Tata will do, for Nexon he will write one more class, something like this. Nexon implements car features, braking system is disc brake, steering is fully electric, airbags are 4, boot space is 1250. Like that, for Nexon whatever specification is there he will put it in these methods. He will create an object like Nexon, small letters Nexon is equal to new Nexon. So that Tiago object, Nexon object, Brezza object, right, and Innova object, like that I'll get all objects from these vendors. Got it? So what I will do in my website is, when someone is searching for features, uh, based on features someone is searching for a car, what I will do is I will have a collection of objects. I have an object called as Tiago, I have an object called as an Alto, I have an object called as Brezza, I also have an object called as Innova, I have an object called as Ford, like that. If 50 cars are there in the market, 50 objects I will have. You know very well, with object name we can call the method. So what I will do, Tiago dot braking system, I will come to know what is the braking system of Tiago. Tiago dot airbags, I'll get the information about airbags in Tiago. So what I will do, I will ask my user to select the features, how much boot space you want, how much airbags you want, what type of steering you are expecting, what kind of braking system you want. The user will select the features. Then he will click on a button called as search. When user clicks on search button, what I will do is, I have 50 objects, right? 50 objects for 50 different cars. I will call the methods in those 50 objects. I will compare the results of these objects, whatever they have returned, with the features which the user has requested. Imagine out of 50 cars, in only 4 cars the features mentioned by the user are present. Those 4 cars, let us say one is Nexon, one is Harrier, one is Hyundai, another one is Honda Amaze. Only those 4 cars were matching the feature specified by the user. Those 4 cars I will return the information. I'll say, but only in these 4 cars you have the features which you have requested. Then then the user will click on a button called as compare these 4 cars or get the price of these 4 cars. Accordingly user may take a decision. Now imagine this kind of website I have developed. Now I don't have any headache, friends. I will not write code for all these cars. I will just write one interface. I will leave this interface. I'll say, boss, you vendors need to implement the interface. I will not implement the interfaces. You should implement the interface by writing the class, return me the object. That object I will use. If you don't give me the object, who is the loser? Suppose if Maruti does not is not willing to give me the information by writing classes and objects, what will happen in my comparison? I can't compare Maruti cars. Maruti is out of the picture, and users will be able to get comparison information from all other brands except Maruti, and they will not even able to know information about Maruti, and they may not even buy Maruti car. So the free publicity which I was giving from my website, Maruti is missing that. So you understood what is the beauty of interface. We are not writing code. The reason is we cannot complete the code. So I started with a statement: when you can't write the code, don't write the code. It doesn't mean that I cannot write the code or I don't know how to write the code. The problem here is I cannot complete the code because every day one new product will come, every day a new update will come. I can't continuously change my code. So what I'll do is I'll write an interface. I'll ask people to implement the interfaces and give me the objects. So once I have objects, let us say today I have 50 objects of 50 different cars from 4 different brands. Tomorrow a new car was launched in the market. On the same day, I will get one more object from that car vendor or car manufacturer. So my objects will become 51. After 1 week, 4 new cars came into market. When the on the day of car launch, I will also get their objects. So 51 will become 55. Like that, automatically I'll get new objects, and automatically my website will be always up to date, and I am not taking any pain of updating my website. So new cars information is automatically updated because the car vendor is taking the responsibility of implementing the interface, give the information about your car in the form of an object. If you give it, I will use it and I will publicize your product, or else you are missing the race. So the logic is clear, sir. What is interface, why interface contains abstract methods, why it was not written, and who is writing it? All those things are clear. Please just respond in the chat box. Yeah. So now coming back to our technological part, Java is one programming language. How many databases are there in the market? There are 40 plus databases in the market. Oracle, MySQL, Ingress, PostgreSQL, Sybase, right? MySQL, SQL Server, like that. There are almost 40 plus. IBM DB2, right? There are 40 plus database management systems or databases available in the market. Now you understood the problem, right? Now do you expect Javasoft means the team which has developed Java. So do you expect Javasoft to write JDBC driver to write this connectivity program for 40 databases, right? Is it possible for me to write code drivers for 40 databases? See this particular diagram. JDBC is the interface between database and program. Now this database can change. It can be Oracle, it can be MySQL. Like that, there are 40 options for me. So shall I write 40 different drivers for this database? Because the JDBC driver which I have written for Oracle may not be suitable for MySQL, obviously. So you want me to write 40 different drivers, database connectivity drivers, 40 different interfaces, because there are 40 different databases in the market. Do you think it is possible? It is very much similar to our previous example. Imagine I started writing JDBC drivers for all 40 databases. What will happen? It will take time. How much time it will take? Let us say it has took 6 months. In this 6 months, what will happen? New databases will come into market. New versions of existing databases will come into market. Let us say I started writing JDBC driver for Oracle 10G, right? Like that, some other databases, some 40 databases. After 6 months, what happened? Oracle has launched Oracle 11G, Oracle 12C, like that. Means for those two new databases, again I should write driver. So same situation, same like our uh, car publicity example. So I can't complete the code for all databases, because every day a new database may come into market. Every day a new version of database will come into market. So what I will do, instead of I writing the code for database driver, what I will do is I'll say, boss, whatever code is common for everyone, that I have already written in the form of classes. See the definition. JDBC is a collection of classes and interfaces. So what I will do, for all databases, whatever is common, Javasoft has written it in the form of classes. But whatever is not common, that you people have to implement, that I kept in interfaces. So you have to implement and you should give me the driver. So database vendor like Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, these people should give me the database driver. These people should implement my interfaces and they should give me the driver. If you give me the driver, then only people can use your database as the backend. For example, let us say Oracle has given me the driver. Now all Java programmers can use Oracle as their database as their backend. Now, for example, if Microsoft SQL Server, Microsoft said, I will not give you the driver. Why should I give driver for a SQL Server database? I will not give. Then what will happen? Is it a loss to Microsoft or is it a loss to me? It's a loss to Microsoft only, because all Java programmers in the world, they cannot use SQL Server as the database. Like that, there are 40 plus databases in the market. To everyone, I will tell the same thing. Boss, on this planet, there are, let us say, 25 lakh Java programmers. If you don't provide me a driver for your database, straight away 25 lakh Java programmers cannot use your database as their backend. So it is a loss to your product, not to the Java programmer. They have some other databases who have provided driver, they will use them as back. So it's a great loss to the database vendor. That's the reason they will only write the driver. Now, what do you mean by driver? Means this part, JDBC, is collection of classes and interfaces. This JDBC contains classes and interfaces. Classes are already written, they are available, but interfaces need to be implemented. So who will implement the interface? This database vendor will implement the interfaces. So if it is Oracle, Oracle should implement the interface and they should give me the object, right? So that implementation classes together is called as the driver. Implementation classes. So what JDBC contains? Classes and interfaces, something which is common for all databases. JavaSoft only written the code in the form of classes. That part is done. Something which is not common, they have put it in interfaces and they are asking the database vendors. They are asking these database vendors to implement them and give them in the form of a driver. If they give, well and good. If they don't give, they are the losers, right? Till this point, is it clear, friends? Till this point, is it clear? If you have any doubts, please type in the chat box. Yeah, that's great. So, importance of interface we have seen. So these are some of the important interfaces. There are so many. I'll show you the JDBC API website also, documentation. But some of the important interfaces are: driver is an interface, connection is an interface, statement is an interface, prepared statement is an interface, result set is an interface, callable statement is an interface, database metadata is an interface, result set metadata is an interface. So these are some of the important interfaces which are required to establish connection with the database and perform CRUD operations on the database, right? Now I'll just show you this JDBC API. So you know very well what is API. API stands for Application Programmers Interface. Friends, there is no means no human being who can remember all classes, interfaces, methods, all those things. No one can remember, because in Java we have thousands of classes, thousands of methods, hundreds of classes. So no one can remember. That's the reason API is provided. Every programmer should use API for reference. Now similarly for JDBC also you have an API, right? Let me show you the home page of it. So this is in Google. If you type Java JDBC API, it will take you to this website of Oracle, because now Java is product of Oracle company. So this is the website, and in this you see JDBC API is comprised of two packages. One is called as java.sql, another one is called as javax.sql. So friends, java.sql contains classes and interfaces which are required to write a Java program to connect to the server, the database server. Similarly, if you want to connect to the database server, not from a normal Java program, you want this happen in web. You want to develop a web application, and in the web application, normal Java program we cannot write. For server side programming, we use some other technology called as servlets and JSPs, which are again based on Java only. So if you are writing any servlet, if you are writing database connectivity program inside a web application, means using a servlet, in that case you should use this package javax.sql. So x, javax means it is required when you are writing web applications. For a normal Java program, this package is enough. What is there in this package? Let us observe. So as I told you, Jdbc is collection of classes and interfaces. See the interfaces list. It's a big list: interface, array, blob, callable statement, connection, database metadata, driver action, right? Prepared statements. It's a big list, but in that, whatever is important, some 7 or 8 important interfaces I have shown you, right? Driver interface, connection interface, statement interface, prepared statement, result set metadata, database metadata, etc. Similarly, there are some classes also. Date is a class, driver manager is a class, SQL permission, driver property info, blah blah blah. Similarly, certain exceptions. So this is the API document which you can refer in future also, right? Now, if I want to connect to the database, if I want to connect to the database from Java program, what I need? Let me tell you the procedure. Let me show you the procedure. So 1 second. I have a procedure document. Yeah, procedure to connect to database. So friends, I have a question for you. Now, what is JDBC? It is collection of classes and interfaces. Who will implement the interfaces? Database vendor will implement the interface. Suppose if there are 20 interfaces, all 20 interfaces should be implemented by writing 20 classes. And these classes or these objects should be given to me. Then I can call it as driver. This is what we have discussed. So suppose if I am using Oracle as my database backend, who will provide me the JDBC driver? If I am using Oracle as my database, who should provide me JDBC driver for Oracle? Who should provide me? Let me see in the responses. So who will provide me the, who should provide me the driver? So what is driver? Driver is nothing but implementation of all those interfaces by writing classes and give those objects to me. So who will write the driver? Database vendor should write the driver, or JavaSoft should write the driver? Who should write the driver? If you can speak, that's great. You can. If your mic is enabled, you can speak also. That's great, Tarun. Database vendor should give. That is what is our understanding. Database vendor should give. Right. Akshita is typing something. Database vendor, okay, fine. Now I'll tell you the procedure. I'll tell you some important points. See this one. If you want now, we are going to demonstrate. I will show you how to connect to database. How do I write program? All those things we will demonstrate. But before that, let me tell you the procedure. Right. Step one: you create a new directory called as work in your D drive. C drive, it's not recommended. Use D drive. Right. Anything apart from C, right? It is good practice to copy all your programs in your work directory. So D drive, in that create a work directory. Now friends, if database vendor is giving you the driver, if database vendor is giving you the driver, you should find the data driver in the database installation files only. So please see here, C drive, Oracle XE. This is the installation folder of Oracle. In Oracle XE, in Oracle XE, product server, JDBC lib. So see here, there is a file called as ojdbc14.jar. There is a file called as ojdbc14.jar. Can you see this one, ojdbc14.jar? So where did I find this file? This file is in somewhere in the installation folders of Oracle. So it is a proof like database vendor gives you the driver. So now you may get a doubt, sir, how do I know that the name of the driver for Oracle is OJDBC 14? This you have to get it from Google, or you should read the product manual. Best option is you need to get this information from the Google. So what is first step, sir? Step one, you should create a directory. Then you should know where is the driver. So here I'll write one point. You should know, right? You should One should know the name of the database driver of the database being used. For example, if I am using Oracle 10G, then the driver, Oracle driver for 10G is OJDBC 14.jar, right? So this information you should know, because the procedure to connect from Java program to Oracle, procedure to connect from Java program to any other database, procedure remains the same, sir. Procedure will not change. Procedure is same. What is going to change is the driver which you are using will change. In the slide we have seen, right? If the database is changing, the driver will definitely change. So first of all, you should know the name of the driver. So from where do I know means, suppose if you are using Oracle 12c, you will type in Google, like if I'm using Oracle 12c, what is the name of the JDBC driver? They will give you the name. If Oracle 12c is installed in your C drive program files, you go and search for that particular file in the Oracle installation folders, you will get that particular file. That file is called as the driver. So if, since I am using Oracle 10G in my computer, name of the jar file I should know, and I already know because I have been using this from long time. I know the name of the driver file is ojdbc14.jar. I also remember the location, and that's the reason I could directly navigate to that particular folder. So what you should know is, you should know the name of the driver. Once you know this, you should go to that location, copy this driver, right? I said you will be creating a folder called as work, right? So please create a folder called as work. If it is there, well and good, or else I will create a folder called as work. I think it's not there. So let me create new folder called as work. Here, first you paste the driver, sir. Now tomorrow, if you are connecting to any other database, MySQL, for example, you have to do the same thing. First, go to Google and ask, what is the name of the driver, JDBC driver for MySQL? Whatever version is there, MySQL 3.0, what is the JDBC driver? Google will tell you the name of the file. Come back and search for that file inside MySQL installation folders. You will get it. Copy that in your work directory. So this is step 1. And after this, you need to know few more things, like you should know what is the name of the username, database username. You should know what is the password, and you should know JDBC URL. Three more things you should know before you write your program, right? So the next step, till now, if things are clear, in the next step we are going to show you live how to write a Java program, how to connect Java program to database, how to get the data from the database. So till this point, from my end, I have given you the basic introduction and importance of interfaces, and JDBC is all about interfaces only. So if you think you need some time to digest all these things, then we will go for demonstration. We will take a lunch break, and after 1 hour or 1.5 hours, as per your convenience, we will meet again, and then we will see the demonstration. Means we will see the installation of Oracle. We will see whether Oracle is installed or not. Then we will see Java is working in my computer or not. If Java is working, if Oracle is working, then how do I write a JDBC program to connect Java and Oracle? We will show you live in the class. So for that, shall I immediately continue doing the same, or shall we take a break because you need to digest all these things? Shall we take a break of 1.5 hour, and we will sit again at 2 o'clock, and then we will do, means I'll do and you can observe everything. And since it will be recorded, that recorded video link will also be shared with you. So what do you say till this point? If you have any doubts, please don't hesitate to ask. And if you don't have any doubts, then post lunch session we will go for demonstration. What do you say? If your mic is enabled, you can speak out. No issue. So connect JDBC connectivity program. We will see after lunch. We will do it today itself. So maybe somewhere around 2 o'clock, we'll have lunch for 1.5 hour break. We will take at 2 o'clock. Yeah, 2 o'clock is fine, sir. 2 o'clock again we will try to connect, and we will write code, we will execute code, and we will see how database connectivity is actually done. Yeah, that's great. So I'll stop the recording. So friends, we will connect at 2 o'clock either using the same link